Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Wreaths and Things. It is gobble 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 season here at Dave's Wreaths and Things, which means Thanksgiving is quickly approaching for us here in Canada. It's coming up in a couple of weeks, and I do believe all my viewers in the States, you celebrate mid-November around that time frame. So what better way to celebrate Thanksgiving than making a turkey? Not a real turkey, a faux turkey, a wreath turkey, or a door hanger, whatever you want to call it. But that is our goal today. We're going to use an 8-inch wire frame from the Dollar Tree, along with some 10-inch Deco mesh to create our little turkey. Why don't I just get started and I'll show you what I made. I am using the 8-inch wired wreath frame from the Dollar Tree today, along with this plastic canvas that's 7 count in size, some 10-inch by 10-yard Deco mesh in various colors, this wooden Happy Thanksgiving turkey sign that I fell in love with, coordinating pipe cleaners and some 6-inch cable ties, and my regular crafting utensils to create this project today. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a square of spare felt. I'm going to trace that wire wreath frame with a Sharpie, grab my scissors, and then I'm going to cut out along the line drawn as best I can. I'm going to use this later on, but I wanted to do this first. I'm going to test out the size to make sure it's okay on the back. It looks perfect, so I'm just going to put that right to the side. Then I'm going to grab my cutting mat, and I also have a glass cutting board here that's see-through, and I'm going to be using my wood burning tool to cut my Deco mesh. If you don't have that or don't want to use it, you can use a ruler or a pair of scissors. That works perfectly fine as well. I'm going to take my orange and yellow Deco mesh, I'm going to overlay them, and then I'm just going to cut a little piece off to the side just to seal the two Deco mesh pieces together using that wood burning tool and my glass cutting board. Today our magic number is 10. I'm going to be cutting my Deco mesh at that 10-inch mark using that cutting board and that wood burner tool as well. I would not suggest if you're using a wood burning tool to cut right on your cutting mat. You're going to destroy it. So please use that glass cutting board. I'm going to overlap my green and beige, and I'm going to cut those as well at that 10-inch mark with that wood burning tool at that 10-inch mark. Now I'm using 10-inch by 10-yard Deco mesh, yellow-orange combo, green-beige combo, and I'm cutting each at 12 inches, so that's going to be 24 in total. So it's about 14 yards of Deco mesh that I'm using. Again, those numbers are doubling up on the Deco mesh. If you're not doubling up, then they are going to be a little bit less depending on what colors you use. So I'm just going to continuing on, cutting at that 10-inch mark. And I do have a lot of questions about my wood burning tool. I got it off of Amazon. And if you are using it, please be careful. That top portion that I'm showing you here, that is hot. It is like hot glue gun hot. I have a little switch on my cord. It's an on-off switch, which I love. It works perfectly. Again, this is from Amazon. And the tip that I'm using is just the straight tip. You can kind of see it right here. And all I do is I just glide that tip along the glass cutting board where I want to make my cut, and that's going to seal that Deco mesh. So that is the wood burning tool that I use. Again, it is on Amazon, and please be careful, use caution, open windows, use a mask when using this. To create our little bundles, I'm going to start off with my Deco mesh and my cable ties. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to partially close those cable ties. You can see there we have that little open loop and then that extension. It kind of resembles a number 9, if you will. And I'm going to do a couple of those just for demonstration purposes right now. Get those all prepped for our bundles. Then I'm going to take my Deco mesh. This is the 10-inch by 10-yard Deco mesh, cut 10 by 10. I'm going to have my manufactured edges at the left and right, the cut edges at the top and the bottom. I'm going to turn it so it creates a little diamond shape. That bottom point we're going to bring right up to that top point. Align those edges as best we can, creating a little bit of a triangle. Then I'm just going to create a little imaginary line going right down the middle in my head. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to anchor those thumbs, let those fingers do the walking, and gather it all together till I get to the point. Now this creates a little bit of a mustache look, if you will. You can see we have that curved edges there. And now what I want to do is I just want to hold it right in the middle, and I'm going to open my fingers just a little bit so there's a space in between. And then I'm going to bring that fold for the left, fold it over such that the two curves are facing in the same direction. Then I'm just going to lay it down, squish together and gather the bottom portion of it, add that cable tie, pull nice and tight, cut the excess off, and boom, we've created our first little bundle. And these are going to kind of represent the leaves, or I shouldn't say leaves, sorry, feathers of our turkey. So again, we are folding that bottom point to the top, creating our little triangle, draw that imaginary line, anchor those thumbs, gather together, make our little mustache. Then we're going to fold it over right at the center, align it, and then put that cable tie right at the bottom to create another little bundle ready for our wreath. So again, I'm kind of doing a turkey feather look. I'm also going to do the orange and yellow bundle in the exact same method of procedure, creating our little mustache, folding it over, and then we're going to add on that cable tie. And I'm going to create all of my bundles and put them off to the side. When I'm ready to make my wreath, we will put it all together. But first, I want to add the canvas portion right at the center. So I'm going to take my Sharpie again, draw a circle in the inner circle, and then take my scissors, cut that out just on the line that has been drawn. And then I'm going to take cable ties, I got tongue-tied there, and attach them right to that first inner wire of our wreath frame. And I'm going to put 4 of them on there, one at the 12 o'clock mark, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. Cut those excess off, and then there you go. We have our canvas all in the center, ready for our faux feathers. And I have my cable ties again. I have my faux feathers, those Deco mesh bundles, and my wreath frame all ready to go. And I'm just going to attach them right on that middle wire of our wreath frame. So that's where I'm attaching everything, is right on that middle wire. Now to prep it, I'm just going to take a cable tie, wrap it around that middle wire, and I'm not going to close it off again. So we're going to keep that loop open, and I'm not cutting off the excess as well. We're going to use that excess to attach it and pull it nice and tight. So first I'm adding 6 per section. You can kind of see here I'm on that middle line and I have those open loops already. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that Deco mesh bundle, wrap it around, ensuring the cable tie on the bundle is inside of the cable tie on the wire frame. That way it'll keep it nice and secure and it's not going to go anywhere. Once I'm happy with that, pull it nice and tight, cut the excess off, and our first bundle or feather is all attached. For mine, I'm going to alternate between the orange and yellow bundles and the green and taupe or beige color bundles, attaching them onto that wreath frame. And I just attach them the exact same way, pulling open those cable ties right through the center, pulling it nice and tight, cutting off the excess, continue on to my next bundle attachment all the way around. And I'm going to do 3/4 of the frame. I'm not going to do the bottom portion, kind of like you see right here. Our first row is all done, and I'm just checking out with my sign how it's going to look, and I'm so happy with it. I'm going to continue on the inside. So now we're going to attach onto that mesh frame, and I'm just kind of pointing out where I'm aiming to attach it. I'm going to feed that cable tie right through that mesh, bringing it back up front, and again, we're going to close it off, but we're going to leave a little loop so we can pull through that bundle. So I'm going to start off with the orange and yellow Deco mesh, make sure that cable tie is on the inside of the cable tie, pull it nice and tight, kind of fiddle around with it, fluff it up a bit, make sure I'm happy with it. Then I'm going to cut that excess off, and then I'm just going to do the exact same thing around that inner circle that we just created. Now I'm going to attach the green and beige feather on there, feeding it through that cable tie, pulling nice and tight, cutting off that excess. Once that's all done and I'm happy with it, you'll see in just a few seconds what it looks like. I just continue on adding those feathers in there and adding that last one on there. I'm just so happy with how this turns out. Checking again with the sign to make sure it's going well, and I'm happy with that. Now, all in all, right in the middle, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 bundles. And on the flip side, so on the inner one, I did a total of 15. So I'm just showing you 9 on the inside, 15 on the actual wire frame. That is the number that I'm using. That's 24 bundles in total of that double deco mesh. And for the sign, all I did, I just glued on a pipe cleaner right on the back using my hot glue gun, and I'm going to position it such that the turkey's legs are kind of right in the center of that opening, so it looks like he has a huge plume of feathers. I'm going to feed those cable ties right through the mesh, twist it a couple of times, cut the excess off of that pipe cleaner, and boom, we have our beautiful Happy Thanksgiving turkey wreath all done. One last step, I'm going to add another cable tie right on the outside wire. I'm only going to let it click a couple of times, cut the excess off so we still have an open loop there, and that's going to be how we hang our little turkey dude. Now that all done, I'm going to grab that felt we cut right at the very beginning. I'm going to add a bead of hot glue right around the outside, and I'm just going to place that felt right on top just to give us a little finishing touch on the back side of our wreath. And I just love how that turned out. It's nice and clean on the back. The glue is dry, and there is our Happy Thanksgiving turkey dude all ready for our front door. He is just sitting there looking at us with his sign saying, Happy Thanksgiving! And of course, our plumage in the deco mesh. I love the gold going through there. It adds a little bit of sparkle and color and shine with that beautiful deco mesh. Now, this deco mesh comes from Temu. I was surprised it actually works really well, and I was very happy with it, to be honest. But there is our Thanksgiving wreath, and here are some bloopers for you to put a smile on your face. And today we're going to celebrate that Thanksgiving by showcasing something, I don't know. And I know it's huge in the States with your Black Friday and not the Super Bowl. Oh, that didn't work. Thanksgiving as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments down below if I have that incorrect. No, that doesn't sound good. Mid-November, I believe. Let me know in the comments down below if you're from the States and when you do celebrate. No. Oy. One of those days. So what better way to celebrate Thanksgiving for both Canada and the States and everywhere else, obviously? No. Thank you so much for watching me today while I created this turkey wreath for our front door. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new project. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.